Ugress TV episode 35, and this is the warm-up and hangout and chatting and stuff before the real show starts at 8 o'clock in 27 minutes. So if you're watching this as a recording, which I know that most of you do, skip ahead. There's gonna be links below where you can skip to each track or to the concert starts. Or if you have questions or previously asked questions, I will get to them during the warm-up. So for now, I'm just gonna greet everybody on YouTube already there. Lars is there, and Atle is there, and Henning is also there. It's great to see everybody. I'm gonna try and stay a bit more centered in the image. Bastian also, Erin, so hello, good evening everybody. Let me know if everything is up and running and actually working, because we did a concert in Oslo 2 weeks ago, and that means that I have to build down my whole live stream setup and then set it up on stage in Oslo, take it down, bring it back here and build it up here. And I'm always worried that like there's some cable or some connection I forgot to connect. So please, if you can't hear my voice right now, do let me know if you can't hear me. And oh, there's Henning on Zoom already. Perfect, Henning. I'm gonna post a link to Zoom in the comments, so you can also connect if you want to join on webcam. There you go. I just posted a link in the comments now. If you click that link, it's gonna open Zoom, and you can join with your webcam. Like Henning is just popping his head above his. It's like a typical Zoom image. I love it. So if you also want to join in some of the songs and be present on screen in some of the videos, you can join with the camera. But of course, the audio is going to be coming from the YouTube video. Thank you to Atle for being my technical control person. I have discovered one thing that doesn't work. It's if I want to adjust the music, that the fader for that is not doing the music up and down. So that when I need to pull down the music, I will have to go over to a computer and do that for 10 seconds. So we have a lot to talk about during the hangout and warm-up. It's 25 minutes. So as usual, if you have questions, please post them in the questions. Degoborski, hello, good evening. You are not by your alias tonight. It's good to have the proper Degoborski here. And if you have questions, please post them in the comments. I will try to answer as many as I can or comment on everything I see. But if I do not see your comment tonight, especially once the concert starts, things are scrolling by too quick for me to see them. So then I will get to it on the next live stream, or I will see it. I read through all of the comments tomorrow. Elia, hello. My glasses. I'm too far away from the screen. Oh, I have a screen here also. Elia, hello. Good evening. David Barnett also. Good to have you, everybody here. And there's Lars also popped up on Zoom. Thanks for connecting, Lars. I wish my alter ego also. I think both me and my alter ego would like to go on vacation. Yes, you're on Zoom now, Lars. We can see you. So please keep your clothes on. So I prepared a bunch of talking points that I'm going to go through with you guys tonight. I will talk about the concert we had 2 weeks ago. That was fantastic. I'm going to talk a bit about vinyl. Guess what came in delivery today? Like a big fucking truck with, what's a palla in English? Like the wooden thing you put stuff on, like full of cases. Here, I'm going to show you. I now have like 50 of these cases in my studio, like underneath my desk here. I can hardly move. I can't actually jump because my feet are kicking into the boxes. They are standing right under here. They're standing right under everything. So I have quite a lot of vinyl here now. I'm gonna take it out of the plastic. That makes it easier to look at it. Here. Ugress Retrotopia. I'm gonna put that in a... Can I turn off the projector for a second? I don't know if you can see it because it's so dark here, but the vinyl is actually dark purple. Yeah, I think maybe you can see it. You see the you can see it in the reflections. Well, it's a bit hard there maybe. In daylight, it looks very, very sophisticated, and it's a delicious dark purple vinyl. It's too much hassle to get it straight in. So, a bunch of updates on the vinyl. I have some better photos of that, by the way. There you go. So that's what it looks like in daylight. You can see the purpleness of it a bit better. This is the vinyl itself, and how it looks like. This is the gatefold inside of it. Here's a close-up of that. And here's what it looks like when you put it on your vinyl player. So now I have boxes of these, finally. After weeks, like I got a preprint of that before the concert in Oslo, and only 50 copies, and we sold out all of them in Oslo, and now I finally have all of them here. And earlier today I packed down and I've shipped out now to everybody who ordered on Bandcamp. If you ordered it on Bandcamp on the first day before it sold out, it's now shipped. It should arrive early next week if you're in Norway, or probably a bit later if you're in the European Union or Americas. There was a problem with the VAT, value added tax. What happened was that in 2018, when I sold my previous album, There's No The Wrong Future on Bandcamp, that was sold and the VAT was my responsibility. So I did this the same time, like I put the VAT part on my end. But it turns out that during these last few years, Bandcamp has also added VAT on their end. I did not catch that because I was so fucking busy during the concert pre-production. I didn't have time to make a test order for myself. I just put it up and made it available. And then quite a lot of people bought it at insane prices because everybody that bought it got it with double VAT. So first you got the Norwegian VAT and then you got your local VAT that Bandcamp now adds to every order. So as soon as people pointed this out to me, I immediately shut down the store and made it registered it for there's a track later tonight that needs sunglasses, so I come prepared. I have sunglasses for the next track. Oh, Rhythm Media, thank you so much for YouTube donation. Should I put on my sunglasses more often? Because I just now learned that when I put on sunglasses, people donate on YouTube. Is it gonna happen again? Well, thanks a lot, Ready Media, for it's your first super on a live stream. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it quite a lot. Thomas, hello, good evening. Rune also. And Hitch Ulriksson. Actually, I can read with my sunglasses. But I can't see everything else. Where was I? Yeah, the Bandcamp mess. So I have I emailed everybody. And most of them replied, most of you replied, but there's still a few people I haven't managed to get a hold of. For those, I've shipped you the vinyl with a surprise that should cover the kind of extra expenses that was in there. If that's not enough, I put a note in the vinyl, get back to me on email and I will refund you the extra VAT. Christian, hello, good evening. I'm gonna go over to, I'm gonna jump ahead to the next point. I'm just checking in with the comments that I didn't lose anybody. Good evening, Atyam Shubo, Russian name, which I always fail to pronounce, but I see you. Ah, yes, so to continue, the Gaborski, oh thanks you, RSD, what the kind of, sunglasses for super, what are they called? Super donations? I don't know. Let's call them supers. So sunglasses whenever I get a super. So the status right now that now I finally have all the vinyl in my studio, and it's gonna. I'm still struggling with the VIT setup because another thing happened at the same time in Norway. Up until now, I never sold so much vinyl that I needed to register officially for the VIT accounting department. It's called Merverdiavgiftsregisteret in Norway. And if you sell less than 50,000 NOK, which is around like 5,000 euros, you don't have to register for this. And it's a fucking nightmare of accounting, and you have to report it 6 times a year. It adds a lot of extra work on me. And now we sold so much vinyl at the concert in Oslo that for this year I now have to register for the VAT register in Norway and do all of the accounting and bookkeeping, and everything gets a lot more complicated. Also, if I'm selling vinyl now, which means I'm too busy to actually figure out how to position myself for this. Before, I was such a small artist that I could sell vinyl just by myself and nobody cared really. But now the tax office, the tax authorities care. And I have to set up something proper, and I have to set up a proper accountant and a proper company structure and a lot of stuff that takes me time. And that means that it's gonna take some time before I'm able to sell all of the vinyl on Bandcamp or on my own store. I haven't even figured out if I can sell on Bandcamp now. I hope that within a week or 3, I have figured out all the details and I can start. I might be able to open a store in 2 weeks, but it could take more weeks than that. I really don't know because there are so many unanswered questions, and I've been too busy with the concert and this live stream to sit down and figure it out. But next week, that is my work, to figure out how to do a lot of these incredibly boring tax things. So that was a very boring. I feel like we spent 15 minutes talking about accounting now. I know one person who would enjoy this very much, but he hasn't arrived yet. I'll check in with your lovely comments while I was complaining about taxes. Svein Harald Fossum, good evening. Marcus, good evening. Super chat, thank you. Yet, that's what it's called. HN 3000. Thomas is on a training gun. You're always on a train. The Goborski, I think. Yes, and Toatle also. I was always under the 50,000, but now I've gone above the 50,000. Some people have told me that it's reversible. If next year I do not sell for 50,000, I can then deregister from the VIT register, but still the bookkeeping would be the same up until that. Other people have told me that once you're there, you just stay there because it makes sense once you're in. I'm gonna close this conversation now. Let's focus on art. So let's talk about the show in Oslo, because that was fantastic, except for the pains of success. That means that I have more accounting to do. Let's switch over there. Oh, before I move on to the concert, in November, on the 8th of November, I'm going to be presenting in Bergen. I'm going to go back here. I will talk at the Vill Vest, which is a music festival. They have a daytime program, which is the conference program with lots of talks and presentations. And there, I will be presenting, I will hold a workshop on artificial intelligence or generative systems or machine learning and, music. I will do a presentation where I go through what is currently possible to do, all of it, like with no sensor. Like this is actually what is possible to do today. And then after that, we are going to have a panel talk about like how does this change music as an art form? How does this change music as an industry? I haven't started working on that yet, but I'm looking forward to. I'm already using quite a lot of AI tools in my work, but I'm fully aware of other tools that do a lot more than what I'm using them as assistants. They are helping me. They are either speeding up my own work, or they do stuff that I would need like 100 assistants to do this, but an AI can do it pretty quickly. But I'm not using it to generate finished tracks or stuff like that, but you can, and I'm looking forward to do some deep research into that. I don't know if this is going to be streamed or recorded. I will, once I know, I'll let you know. That is on November 8th at 11 o'clock. There's more details on my website. So now let's go and talk about the fun stuff. Like, do you remember this was my sketches for the concert in Oslo? I wanted to build like 3 screens on trusses. And here's a prototype I did earlier this year in a cinema. And this is what it looked like in the end. This is the stage in Oslo. It looks pretty close to my prototype. If I'm gonna go back 2 screens now, like this is what I planned. And here's what it became. But of course, we had a fuck ton of more screens. There were like the 3 big ones and then 30 or 40 smaller screens. Here's a better look at how it looks like when the 3 screens are coordinated and how we appear on the smaller windows. And here's a hint for the sunglass tracks later. Here you can see a bit better. And then we had like almost a kilometer of cabling between all of these trusses. So I think I'm gonna skip ahead. There's better photos. I'm gonna go back. But here you see, behind Nasra, you see up in the left corner, we had a lot of these cabling and shredded fabric. And you see there are tiny screens everywhere. If you see around her drum sets, there's lots of static screens. And there were computers everywhere, and they were all connected. I will show you a walkthrough of the stage later during the live show. I have a 5-minute video that shows you the scenography. So here's just a bunch of photos from the show. And here you see this, like I always talk about, that I'm working on visuals that are supposed to be on a big screen and not a tiny screen like this, which will have some consequences for some of the tracks I play later today. And here's a photo from the audience. These photos are, it's a bit mixed, and I'm jumping back and forward, so I'm just gonna credit the photographers right now. All of the photos are taken by one of these persons: Magne Hadland, Andrea Berg, Paul Ritter Skjerven, Lars Martin Kremer, Paul Martin Rossing. So I don't have the, like, some of them were photographing and sending all of their photos at the end as one package, so I don't know who exactly did which photo. Excuse me. But these guys were the photographers for that evening. I love this photo. Nasra looks like an evil queen. And this is just, behind her is just a vertical screen. I don't know if I have like, so the main screen is huge compared to us. And here you see the vinyl we were selling. Oh, and here's the pre-production. We had 3 days rehearsals in a smaller venue, or a small room, where we were playing through all of the tracks, and I had a setup like this to reference the 3 screens, so I could check that everything appears on all the cameras. So that was the concert in Oslo. I'm gonna go through some of those details later in the show. In the concert part, so you get a better look at the stage. And I've published one video already last Friday on YouTube. Live as Frozen Frame is a live recording of our show in Oslo. I'm now gonna check in with your comments as we are approaching takeoff. Lars, yes, it's Friday the 8th. I'll get in touch with you about that. Yes, there's info on the Will West website, and also on my website, on ugress.com. There's it's one of the top posts. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, it looks exactly like my sketches. This is the first time I had like I always have wild plans, but this is the first time the end result is actually pretty close to what I was planning. So I'm quite satisfied with that result. I must remember to turn on the projector again. There you go. And what else was I gonna mention? Oh, yes. The reason there were so many photographers and a video team at the Parkteatret show in Oslo was because I needed to document this production so we can now start selling this to festivals or other venues and book more shows, because I did not make any money on this. Actually, I lost a bit, but I'm gonna write a Patreon report on that. But it's okay. This was an investment. I was again, like, my budget was estimating a certain amount of minus, and I was not very far away from that exact amount. But the good thing was that now we have a good package for working on booking new shows, and we already managed to sit one show. So we will do this on an even bigger stage in Bergen in May next year. I'm still, we have set the date. I know the date, and my crew knows the date, and the venue knows the date, but we haven't finished all of the negotiation of contracts and how much is exactly, how the budget is going to be and who pays for what and stuff like that. Once all of that is finished, I hope next week I can announce the concert. I'm very happy that I will keep working on Retrotopia and make it bigger and badder and more screens and more madness and more cabling. And that's why some of the tracks for tonight, I will still keep working on this ultra-wide format. Some of the songs for tonight will use the regular YouTube format, HD 16:9. But for the live I keep working on visuals for mega screens. So some of the tracks for tonight will be in that format. And another good news, I will just keep spewing out updates because I don't have time to write posts about this. So now I mentioned earlier that I'm working with a person that's going to help me with booking and tour and administration around that part. And now this person starts working because they have all of the material they need. The Bergen show I booked myself, but this person is now working actively on setting more festivals. So hopefully there will be shows in both Norway and Europe next year. And I also have another person that's going to help me with administration of accounting and vinyl stuff, but I have to figure it out first before I can actually hire and start working with this person, because I need to make the decision how I'm going to set up my company structure. Wow, that was very efficient. I've managed to talk through all of my talking points and shown you all of the photos and information. So I'm just going to sum up before we start the concert now. If you have any questions or comments to this, I feel like I was just doing a very boring meeting presentation. Let's start the music in a minute. But to sum up, the vinyl is here. It's all arrived. The people on Patreon that has pre-ordered it, I will get to you as soon as I have a moment to actually go through all of my emails and messages. It's coming. The reply is coming. And then I will figure out my company structure, how to deal with the tax issues. And once that is up, I will start a store. I think that's probably likely everything's going to come together in the next live stream, which is pretty much 1 month from now. It's going to be November the 22nd, 1 week later than originally scheduled, because I'm doing this presentation in Bergen and I needed 1 week to prepare for that. So hopefully by end of November, there's going to be a new single out, a new track is coming out. The web store is going to be up, and there will be a live stream, so we can have a great party together in 1 week and celebrate the store opening. Yoo-hoo! Thanks, Chris. It was great to have you there. And also we had a Patreon after party after the show, after we cleaned the stage and throw out the normcore people from the venue. We had a Patreon after party at the venue, and that was very nice and a very chill affair. So I guess most of you know that there is a Patreon page and you can support me on Patreon. And one of the things you get, which is at the moment not very often, but when there is a live show, we have a Patreon after party where we hang out and I get to meet everybody and I try to make sure to talk a bit with everybody. That was very lovely. It's so great to have like a real face on the people, even if I can see you here. Thomas on a train eating noodles or something. It's good to meet in real life. Okay, starting in 2 minutes. Let me check that everything's up and running. Scratchy scratch. Is that what you're eating or is that what I'm doing? It's bad scratches here. Okay, it's almost 8 o'clock, so I think I'm just gonna get started. Bad Scratches is in the house, the Gaborski. It's gonna be a lot of bad scratching tonight. Wow, something happened with my headphones. Okay. Hello and welcome to Ugress TV episode 35. It's 8 o'clock. I'm starting the concert part. We have just had a lovely hangout and where I talked over everybody. Like people just fell apart from all of my tax issues and stuff. But the vinyl is here. That's good news. I'm going to talk about that. But first, just gonna let you connect on Zoom if you want to connect. You can pop up here together with the rest of these lovely people. Oh, there's Michael and Lisa and Eva also. Hey, good evening, everybody. And there's a pillow. It's Snowdrop is lounging on the sofa. So click that link and you can join with your webcam up here and you will appear in the songs or between the songs. And tonight, of course, 7 songs. And I'm going to talk about vinyl. The full batch of Retrotopia, Ugress Retrotopia vinyl has now arrived from the factory. So now I have all of them here. If you ordered it on Bandcamp on the very first day, it's now being shipped out. I packed it down. It's going to go out in the morning. And it's going to take me 2 weeks or so to open the web store again because I need to figure out some tax issues. In the warm-up, I did a long report on the concert. You can scroll back or like rewind and watch that if that's interesting. I'm gonna show you more of that later. I will have a 5-minute video where I'm gonna go through the setup of the stage. I'm gonna do an AI presentation in November, more on that later, and I'm gonna play some new songs for you tonight. Before I start, I'm just gonna tell you a note on the visuals. I explained this during the startup. How does that go big? There you go. So, go ahead. This is the stage setup for my live concerts right now. and that's a center screen and 2 vertical screens at the right and left. This is how it looks like in real life. This is our show in Oslo 2 weeks ago. And here you see it more with science fiction visuals inside of it. How do I go back? So that means that for some of the tracks, and now I'm going to swap over to the live computer. That means that it's very wide, like this. And you have, oh, I'm going to reconnect the zoom is wrong. No, it is correct, but that's playing a playback video. Why? Okay, the Zoom video is not the right one for that. It's playing back a previously recorded, but the other ones are live. And it's live there. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna move on. That means that it's super wide like this. And that means for this, I put myself down here on this screen and the Zoom audience over there. So there's not this big black block, but that's the reason for it being super wide. This is built for a concert stage, not for YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and play the first song, which is Spice Pirate Queen from 2011.
There are no monsters.
Thank you. That was Spice Pirate Queen from Planet U in 2011. I'm being super efficient and I'm moving quickly on to the next track, which is Lillies of the Trolley from 2011. Thank you. That was Lillies of the Trolley from 2012, and I forgot to tell you, like all of the smaller screen, the inserts are random random 80s advertisements for Halloween stuff. So it's just whenever I press the it changes to another 80s Halloween advertisement. Okay, so the next track. Go here so it's easier to read. Oh, thanks for your applause. Audio porn. Oh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Lillies of the Trolley. The next one is Discreete Ghost of Misfortunate Relief. And just now it struck me. I saw your comment last that it's for the Halloween season. And now I'm like, oh, Discreete Ghost. That is not by design. It's a coincidence. But this track, the next track is gonna swap up. swap over to that one. There you go. And here you see, this is the, I'm reusing visuals from the concert now, and I'm testing this out for Discreete Ghosts to see if it works with that track. So now it's the super widescreen visuals. thank you so much for your virtual applause. That was Discreete Ghost of Misfortunate Relief. It's the breath controller was this time a bit too much. I'm not used to breathing through a whole song through that one. Thanks for the comments. Will you play Rainy Transylvanian Day today? No, I won't. X22 Set 7 GD. Because I played it only, I think, 2 episodes ago. So you can jump back to, I think, Ugress episode 33 or so. I played Rainy Transylvanian Day. I am now moving on to the next song before the, the ad break. And that is this guy. We're now going to play Detective Device. This is a work in progress. I played this a year ago and I have been working on this. I really wanted it to be on the album, but I could not manage to finish it. And also it didn't perfectly fit the album as it was. So I kept working on it and I'm hoping to release it very soon. So I'm going to test it out now in an updated version. Here is Detective Device.
It is the year 1981. In a land where shifting sands, old ancient secrets, and modern mysteries collide, one man stands between chaos and order. As a scimitar and a swagger that cuts through the shadows. Meet Detective Device. Detective Device is staking out a suspicious new drug made of screen time. In the desert of lies, the oasis of truth depends on his digital demon, the enigmatic Code Mist.
She is Code Mist.
Get ready for heart-pounding suspense, electrifying intrigue, and a whirlwind of adventure. Sands of Intrigue, where the sands reveal their secrets, and justice is the ultimate treasure.
Thank you. And this is where I'm now gonna show you how it went in Oslo. So there's no ad this time. It's just me showing you what happened in Oslo 2 weeks ago. If you want to see more of what happened, like now I'm just gonna show you a video of what the stage looked like. If you want to see photos of the show itself and me talking about the show, you can afterwards go back and watch the introduction where there's like a 10-minute segment where I show you photos and talk about the setup of the stage. But for now, I'm just gonna show you a video of that. Hello. Hello, voiceover. We just had the general rehearsal. I'm quite short after playing almost half the concert on the stage back here. I'm just gonna walk you through the setup and behind the scenes stuff. This is 20 minutes before doors open. So I'm just currently cleaning the stage and prepping the venue for merchandise, sales, and audience door open. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Okay. There you go. Thanks. So here's the merch stand, but for this video I'm gonna focus on the stage and I'll take you through the setup. This is what it looks like from the audience perspective, and you see we have 3 screens, a main center, horizontal, and 2 vertical screens on each side. These are covered by the 2 projectors on the tower in the front. The media installation swaps between the blue Church of Static images and these post-apocalyptic landscapes where screens and cameras are integrated live into the visuals. Then there is 35 smaller screens, computers, tablets, phones, etc. Then there is the stage design, which consists of 6 trusses with kilometers of cabling. So, I'm now stepping onto the stage, and first a close-up look at some of the design. We had a lot of pipes and tubes going everywhere. Many of these cables are actually real network cables. There's a ton of networking on stage, connecting all of the computers to each other. So there are cameras, both standalone and on the computers, and they are all connected and showing up on each other's screen. Now you can see me on the big screen up there. All of these computers and cameras are filming us as musicians and the audience, and these images are randomly placed both on the big screens and also on all the other computers. So when you look at the stage, you will every now and then see yourself at one of the screens or in the visuals or in the installation. These images are also mixed with random noise and glitches. I'm now stepping around and onto Nasra's drum kit. This is what... And here I'm gonna skip ahead to my own setup. Here you see that. Overview of my setup, which controls everything happening. There is the audio computer, there's the main visual computer, the backup visual computer, the second backup visual computer, and the media installation computer. All of these computers can duplicate each other, so if one of them go down, I can flip them around, and I always have 1 or 2 backups to switch to. Before the concert and between songs, the media installation most of the time runs by itself and randomly splits between the Church of Static, the blue TV churches, and post-apocalyptic landscapes where the truss towers are echoed in the visuals, and you kind of have this continuation of the stage into the landscapes. Here's a look at the venue just before doors open. And now I'm finally just gonna take you backstage and show you a secret passageway. You probably didn't know, but you can actually go behind the screen, and that's our route onto stage. So before starting, I several times go down here and just check that everything is actually running and I can see the whole venue and everyone in there. So that's it for this quick look of the stage, the scenography and the setup. Yes, that's it. I'm gonna go back to here, and I did a secret costume change while you were watching the video, because now I'm gonna play for you Undead Funeral March. Is that next? Yes, indeed. The costume change happened a bit too soon. I fucked up on costume changes, but not really, because right now the costume change is Q. sunglasses. If you are on Zoom and you have sunglasses, now is the time to put them on. That was Undead Funeral March from 2011 featuring undead funeral cats and lots of internet memes. So I'm gonna move on now. No, it's good that I did my costume change because now the costume change. Do not turn off. Press OK on the. My TV wants to turn off all the time. Here is the little cloud who wouldn't and the rainbow who couldn't. Ooh, that was far away. And now I'm slightly back here, and I'm got lots of black shit on my face because the VR glasses is crumbling. That was the Little Cloud Who Wouldn't from 2018. That was interesting. I like performing this live on a big stage, that's where I'm walking around with the in the dress and on the umbrella and stuff, and it connects a lot with the screens and stuff. I was curious, how is this gonna work on a live stream? I will review this tomorrow, and wow, my glasses. It was very hot in there, so my glasses are now fogging over. But we are at the last track of tonight. But before that, I will just keep you updated. Like, I'm gonna do a presentation at Vil West in 8th of November on artificial intelligence and music and art and industry. There's details on that on ugress.com. Next up for me is to wrap and drop the new tracks. I'm going to play a new track for you now that I really wanted these to be on the album, but they weren't. So I'm now working on them to finish them. The next track has been such a fight. I'm still not finished with it. It's there's so much happening in this track that, but I keep working on it. Oh yeah, that was the AI. The next live stream is in a month on November 22nd. So I see you guys in 1 month. Thanks for patience with my mad experiments here, and I'm much looking forward to read through all of your comments. For now, I will just play Lifted Drops of Biochemical Brew. Oh, and before I started, the graphics here are work in progress. Those aren't finished. The track is approaching finished, but the visuals are just like prototypes. I just show you the images, and you know, like you understand what I probably will do with these later.
lantern slides paints more shadow than light. In these ephemeral memories, I grasp at the essence of human experience. I have transcended the crude apparatus of modernity. True enlightenment lies not in the capture of images, but in the extraction of their affect.
I walk alone, the echo of my steps, a ghostly consort, unheard. I find my sanctuary, the MRYs, these husks of memory, the hollow rapture of emotions once lived.
I have now moved beyond these images to the extraction of their emotional essence. The EMOX, my chemical extract, a vibrant spectrum of emotion, sourced from captured memories. What remains is the frozen husks of recollection.
I am the unseen, the untamed, here in solitude's embrace, with the relics of discarded dreams. My presence is the only truth amid the remnants, the fractured echoes. I am sovereign of the lost and forgotten. The essence of tears, the spirit's dew, lifted drops of biochemical brew. The essence of tears, the spirit's dew, lifted drops of biochemical brew.
In flasks I whisper, I coax the ghost. Feelings of spectre, humanity's host. Shadows accrue, the night unfurls. A tempest stirs, the liquid swirls.
You sip the flame of man's true spark, a cosmic barber in the dark. You strip the soul of fire and fight, leave us hollow, lost to the night.
Emo extraction, the truth comes pure. Clarity elixir, the souls endure. My treasure, veiled in twilight skies, dampen down our inner cries.
But gilded lies in your vile dwell, freedom caged in a golden cell. Warmth of heart, you cool, decay, even us monsters turn away.
Blind your vision, wield your screen. Mind's peace worth more than your dream. The Emox frees, it breaks the links from sorrow's ocean, one unsixth. the pull of the dark trestle.